dead tree in the front yard. Here's the update.
Alright guys, this is where the tree used to be. You can see my neighbors over here. We kind of had ours the same way, but we decided we're going to try to go as low as we can without digging this out. And here is our new addition. This is our northern oak, and we bought some starting fertilizer for trees and topsoil mixture with some compost and whatnot. And you can see we have a stake, and I zip tied it loosely, and I clipped it up here loosely so when it grows we can just move that. And we mulched it all the way around. Probably put more than what is needed, but we want to ensure the survival of this guy. That's kind of the icky clay dirt he kind of threw all over there. We're trying to get as much of this up as we can. And our wheelbarrow tanked, so we got it as far as over here. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with this. It's a good wheelbarrow, it's just the metal broke. So we have all that in there that we need to get rid of. Okay, since I last showed you guys this tree, we have used fish fertilizer, and you can see how much straighter it is. We anchored it down for that tree. This tree still showing the light green leaves. Let me walk you over here. And you can see towards the top up here, the leaves are more greener. We're using fish fertilizer on this one, but this is so far the best tree that we have as far as a maple goes, and it's still a work in progress.
Here I started with the compacted clay around the tree base. Set up the drip irrigation for deep watering. Noticed sucker growth at the trunk base. I began trimming the suckers off. Finished cutting to keep the trunk clean.
Tree update, everybody. This is the one in the middle of my yard. I just had to peel all that bark off. I found ladybugs buried under there, and I knew that couldn't have been good. So this is what tree scald looks like. And I'm in the process of digging all this out, adding some topsoil, some nutrients, and then I'll mulch after. Stay tuned.
Here I loosened the clay soil to help it breathe, added fresh topsoil for nutrients, covered it all with a layer of mulch. Pushed the rock border back in place. Here's a close-up of the finished base, and here is the full bed, clean and restored. Here's the struggling tree in the center of the yard. We cleared all the grass about 24 inches around the trunk. You can see the grass and soil pulled away from the base. And here's a close-up showing the sun scald damage on the trunk. Started with a scruffy yard in May. Early June said, I'm getting there. End of June, she's flexing. And July, boom, carpet of green, you love to see it.
Here's my catnip, other known as Nepeta, I believe it is. And then off over here, those are the cannas rhizomes that I planted. And those have
come through very nicely. And my Asiatic lilies, you can see the yellow ones are gonna be out pretty soon. The white ones are right there. I think that's a weed, the tall one in the back. And then you can see them poking through over here on this side. Peonies are still alive for the most part around the waterfall. The columbines that I planted. And I'll actually give you a close-up. These have really bloomed. Aren't those pretty? The hollylocks I planted, the black ones, nothing's happening with that. I'll keep watering and see what happens. When I bought the roots, didn't seem that good. And then I believe those are hollylocks too. So I don't know if those are gonna add more blooms to them or not. I did check the bulbs on the daffodils, which is those right there. I trimmed all that down and the bulbs are still viable. So I just left them. Gladiolas popping through, always a good sign. And my salvias are coming into bloom. Tick flowers, first time I've had these. I don't know what's going on with those. I don't know, time will tell with those. These beauties, my faves right here. My red Rios. And we also have the pink and white ones over there. I have my English lavender. We did real good with this last year. This is a new plant. I don't know. It died over the winter, the last one. But I don't know. I'll keep trimming and see what happens with it. I don't know, this lilac bush is just struggling. Can you see the right there? That looks like it's all dead. I don't know what's going on with that. My clematis, first time having this, and look guys, I have a bloom. And look how tall it got from the last time. If you recall, it was just on the bottom right here, so it climbed all the way up, almost up to the top of this trellis. I wasn't sure how tall they get, so I started out with a small trellis, so we'll see what happens with that. This is another lily plant. Looks like a weed of some sort. I gotta get that out of there. It's pretty big though. I'm surprised I was able to let it get that big without pulling it. Here is my other columbine. This was existing. Look how pretty that gets, and it gets pretty tall, and they do spread, as you can see. So I'm just thinking about just letting those go and seeing what happens. that pretty boy right there. I'll show you a before picture, but these, they just bloom and bloom and bloom. There's blooms all over. I think this is the most I've seen since I've had this rose bush. Starting off with the white and pink diplodenias. Asiatic lilies exploded with color this month. Those foxgloves brought those bold speckled bells. The tick seed filled out bright yellow blooms. The clematis is climbing and just starting to open. And the daylilies, always dependable, one bloom at a time. All right, y'all, from tree roots to flower blooms, that's all I have for y'all today. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. And if you have any comments, questions, leave them in the comments. And like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next bloom. Thank you.